Morning everyone. Today we will discuss about the retardation test of a DC shunt motor. Today we will going to demonstrate the experiment. So the aim of the experiment is to find out the stray losses of the machine. By using the stray losses we can find out the efficiency of the DC shunt motor. Okay. So this is the circuit diagram of the DC shunt motor. So the apparatus required of the DC shunt motor, here two ammeters are required, one for load connection, another one for the field ammeter, and one voltmeter required across the motor supply, and we need a 3-point starter and also one load. And regarding nameplate detail of the experiment, so DC shunt motor 1500 rpm, and this is the 3 HP motor. 12 ampere is the full load current, at 220 volt is the rated voltage. So I will going to explain the connection diagram. This is the DP/DT switch. So from the connection diagram, so 220 volt DC supply, there is a main MCB is there. Okay, from this you connect positive terminal to the L, that is called as line, and negative terminal to the DP/DT switch, negative terminal, and also positive to be connected here. Another terminal is to be taken as shorted, so positive terminal, and from the ammeter, for the A terminal, so we can connect to the DP/DT switch to the red button, and black button goes to set button. Okay, now so we can connect positive terminal of this, connected to the rheostat. So this is the armature rheostat, and rheostat terminal, output terminal, goes to the ammeter, armature directly, and armature second point bring back to the negative of the supply, so this is the armature connection. Across the armature you can put the voltmeter, connect positive terminal and negative terminal across the motor. So this is the armature connection. Now we need to connect the field connection. So from the field F point, so it goes to the ammeter or rheostat, whatever it may be. You can connect to rheostat first also, then we can connect also ammeter. So rheostat second point goes to the IF, from IF we can connect Z terminal of the shunt field winding, and second point goes to back to the negative terminal of the supply. So this is the connection, and load terminals. So this is the resistive load is connected here. So this is the resistive load. So we can gradually increase the load. So for positive terminal of the load connected to the here. This is the 2 dash terminal. This is second terminal. This is second dash terminal, and 1 dash is connected to directly motor, and 2 dash terminals are goes to the load through the ammeter to find out the load current. So I will connect positive terminal of this connected to IA. Second point of the ammeter goes to the positive terminal of the load, and negative terminal goes back to the negative terminal of the DP/DT switch. So this is the connection diagram of the experiment. So in this there are two cases are there. So first case is, so DP/DT switch is close to the position number 1, okay, so initially, so then the motor will run, okay, under the no load condition. So we will take the voltmeter reading. So according to this, so tabular column is like this for no load condition. So V1 we need to take. So what is V1 means? Voltmeter reading at the instant of opening the volts, okay, at the instant of opening the switch. So we need to take the voltmeter reading, okay, and also by using stopwatch, so we can measure the time so that voltage is goes to 0, up to 0. So that is the secondary voltage. So V2 is becomes 0. From V1 to V2 the voltage is decreasing. So that time period we need to take down, that is called as T1. T1 is equal to time taken for the fall in the voltage from V1 to V2 without load, that is in terms of seconds, and T2 is the time taken for the fall in voltage with load in seconds. So this is the second case. So we are going to find out the T2. In the first case, so no load condition, so we will measure going to V1 as well as T1. Okay, V2 means voltmeter reading at the end of retardation period. It is always 0. After it will become 0. Always it will become 0. Okay, so now we will start the experiment. So after taking the reading, so we need to calculate the I average is equal to I divided by 2. So we will get average current, and power absorbed W is equal to V1 plus V2 by 2 into I average, that is in terms of watt. Okay, and stray loss that can be calculated by W is equal to, this is W dash into T2 into T1 minus T2 in terms of watts. Okay, so in this IA is taken as armature current, that is equal to IL minus ISH, and in this case the motor armature resistance is measured, that is 3.5 ohm, and shunt field resistance, that is 300 ohm. So you measure these two by using the multimeter, you can get these two values, and finally we can find out the V input of the motor, that is equal to V1 into I. Okay, so then total losses is equal to I square RA plus ISH square into RSH plus this W. So this will gives the losses, total losses, and output power will be input minus total losses. This will give the output power. Finally we will get percentage efficiency is equal to output power by input power into 100. Okay, so now we will start the experiment. So I will switch on the, Okay, I will switch on the main supply. So initially VBDT switch is closer to the position number 1. So I will start by using the 3-point starter. Switch on the 3-point starter, the motor starts running. So now we need to adjust the speed of the motor above 10% of the rated speed. So for example, we will take 1600 RPM. So 1500 is the rated speed. So we will put more than 10% by varying the armature rheostat and field rheostat. We will adjust the speed up to 1600 RPM. These are the readings. Voltage is usually 230. Current is not there. Field current is 0.47 ampere and RPM is 16. So now we need to tabulate here. So at the time of opening the switch, so we need to calculate what is the voltage is there. At the time of opening the switch, at the same time we need to run the stopwatch also. Okay. So now I will open the switch. At the same instant, we need to take the time as well as voltage. Okay. Look here. I will open the switch. Start. 195 volts is there. V1. Stop. So the voltage reading V1 is 196 at the time of opening, 196 volts, and time is measured, that is 9.82 seconds, that is called as T1. Okay, so this is the first case. So in the second case, so we need to put some load. So I will put two loads here, so 2 amperes. Okay, so we need to open the switch and immediately the switch is put to the second position, that is called as the towards the load in the second case. Okay, at that time we need to take the reading of voltage as well as so now I will run. Initially it is goes to the initially I will switch on to the position number 1. Start through the 3-point starter. Again repeat the procedure. Adjust to the 1500 RPM. Adjusted to 1500 RPM. Now I will suddenly open the switch. So there are initially we have connected to 2 ampere load. Okay. So at the time of opening, we need to measure the voltage and also time and also current. Okay. So I will open the switch and immediately I will note down these two readings. Okay. 190 and 0.4. Stop. Pause. Okay. So now at the time of load condition we have measured the voltages. At the time of instant of voltage V1, time of instant of opening of the switch, that is 190 volt, and time is measured. T1 is not present here. T2 is equal to 4.79 seconds, and at the same time, so we have applied the 2 ampere current, but so the reading will be, we will get 1.04 ampere at the ammeter terminal. So after this, after getting the this one reading, so we need to calculate. So W dash, that is called as the power absorbed, and I average is equal to I by 2. So 1.04 divided by 2. So we will get the I average. So from that V and V average, V1 plus V2 divided by 2, we will get V average. V average into I average, this is equal to W dash. So that is in terms of watts, and we will get the stray losses is equal to W is equal to W dash into T2, whatever the T2 we have measured. So that is 4.79 seconds, and by using this, so you can calculate the W and take RA is equal to 3.5 and RSH is equal to 300. So that can be used in this formula. So to find out the total losses, and finally you find out the percentage efficiency by using output power by input power into 100. So this is called as a retardation test. So one of the tests is used to find out the performance of the DC machine, and you can find out the losses as well as efficiency of the DC machine. So thank you very much.